Financial Power Hour. Thank you once again for allowing me into your living rooms, into your spaces. And of course, my partner is taking a break. He's not here today. So keep him in your prayers. He will be with us shortly. Taking a break. So we're going live on Facebook. Let me see, we're not live on Facebook yet. Okay, so I hope that you guys are doing well. It is summer, almost officially. It's officially summer in Florida. It is hot. Okay, it is hot in Florida. All of my plants are burnt, crisp. Like all of my plants are dead because of the heat. I had planted beans. They didn't last through the whole harvest, so I had to take them up early. And yeah, it is hot. It is hot in Florida. So if you guys still have some spring weather, wherever you at, enjoy it. It's officially summer in Florida. For those who do not know me, my name is Daniella Noel. I am a licensed financial broker. I am licensed and able to help clients in all 50 states. So what is a licensed financial broker, right? So you're probably familiar with financial advisor or financial broker. So I am a financial broker and not an advisor, because to be an advisor, you need to be an advisor in the common sense, you need to have a Series 6, and you need to have securities license. I like my freedom, so I choose not to go for the securities license, because when you have securities license, everything is under scrutiny. The scrutiny that I have with my licenses, I'm okay. I don't need any more scrutiny. For me to come on here to do this video, I would have to get permission from the SEC, from those who govern the securities licenses, to come on here and talk to you guys about money, about how to protect your wealth, build wealth, live a legacy. So as a licensed financial broker, I have a little bit more freedom to talk. I can have my own show. I can go out there and talk to people. I can network and market my business how I want without somebody else's permission. Licensed financial professionals, I am able to help, right? Help you with estate planning, help you set up wills and trusts, or guide you through that process. To have the will and the trust done, it has to be done by an attorney. I have a group of attorneys on my platform as part of my business to help with that, right? So again, I help with life insurance. Yes, I know it's a taboo word. Nobody wants to talk about life insurance. But listen, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Life insurance is not religion. It's not politics. You don't need to like it. You need to understand what it does for you, right? How to leverage it. So I know not enough people talking about the topic, about the subject, right? So I have an accounting background. I have a business degree, and yet I didn't learn anything about money, about how to grow your money, preserve your money, avoid probate. So when I switched, right, from healthcare, because I worked 29 years in the finance department in healthcare, and I switched to wealthcare. So I learned a whole new world about insurance, right? When I worked in healthcare, I used to help clients obtaining their benefits, getting them the right benefit, helping with Medicare, Medicaid, helping clients apply for Social Security disabilities, all of that good stuff, right? And I haven't been I was in long-term care for 23 years. So I had seen some checks, right, coming in from John Hancock, Nationwide, Transamerica, paying for the clients' room and board. I really didn't understand why they were getting those checks. But when I switched, right, to insurance, getting the information, getting the knowledge about life insurance, we're not talking about your grandma death insurance. So let's get this out of the way. Okay, we're not talking about death insurance that you have to die in order someone else to benefit. It's not even you. We're talking about life insurance. Life insurance is nothing new, right? It goes back way in the Romans' time. It started so that widows and orphans can be supported by their community. Community would come together, put money together when someone passes away, bury them, and give money to the widows and the orphans, which is the modern day GoFundMe, right? There is nothing wrong with GoFundMe in the proper setting for the proper reason. Now, GoFundMe is not always because someone don't have money. Sometimes lack of knowledge, right? Or we think that we're not gonna die, we're young, we're healthy. But let me tell you, death has no age limit. It comes for the young, for the old, for the middle age, for the millennial. And it is a road that every one of us gonna have to go down, unless you are here when the rapture, unless you are here when Christ comes back, right? But most of us are going to die, right? We are going to die unless we are here when he comes back for us, right? So why not have something in place, right? So insurance is to transfer risk. You have insurance on your phone in case the screen cracks. How often does your screen really crack that you have to leverage that insurance? We have car insurance, right? In hope that if something happens, because car insurance is not really for you, it's to protect somebody else. So you are a law-abiding citizen, you have car insurance just to protect somebody else if you hit somebody, right? My personal experience with car insurance, I remember my daughter was 14 or 15. She got into a car accident. She was a passenger. She wasn't driving. She wasn't licensed. The car she was in was not at fault. They got hit, but she needed medical care. So as someone in my house, my dependent, we have to use my auto insurance for her medical bills. Guess what? My premium went up. Mind you, she was not driving. It was not the driver's fault. Yet, the medical bills, I was responsible for them. Now, I called at the time I had Allstate. I called and asked why. I've been paying insurance for all this time, why my premium went up. And I was told that having car insurance is because I want to be a law-abiding citizen. It's not to protect me, it's not to cover my bills. So my premium was up for a very long time. Thinking that, okay, I'm transferring risk off of me. But, right, we do it without thinking about it. But when it comes to covering ourselves, to protect ourselves, right? There is no guarantee you're going to get into a car accident. There's no guarantee that your screen going to crack. There's no guarantee that your house going to burn down. Yet we abide by the laws, right? By regulations, and we put insurance on all of those things. But you are guaranteed to get sick, right? But it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? The number one reason for bankruptcy in America is medical bills. In case you didn't know, I'm telling you right now. Number one reason for bankruptcy in America is medical bills. So you may say, what does that have to do with insurance? Do you know that there are different types of insurance? You have actually 4 types, right? You have your group life, which you get from your job. A lot of people say, I have insurance. I have insurance on the job. Most group health insurance give you maybe a maximum $50,000. You'd be lucky if you were with a company that give you $100,000 or anything more. It's very little. Some companies right here in Florida gives you $10,000. $10,000 cannot cover funeral. not even if you're getting cremated. Okay. So let alone leaving something for your family. So you have to think, if you leave your house today and you don't make it back, what is going to be the impact? What the impact going to be on your family financially? Think about that. So you're not dead, but you get sick. Right now, every 30 seconds, somebody in America is having a stroke. But if you have a plan that can cover your medical bills, if you should have a stroke, a heart attack, cancer, guess what? Your group health will not do that for you. Your group health does not offer living benefits. Your group health, for the most part, if you leave the job, you cannot take it with you. So what's the point? I know it's cheap, it's offered by the employer. It's good to have it, especially if you're not paying for it. But think, are you going to be on the job forever? And also, some people don't know, some policies, you have to die on the job. You have to be on duty. Check your policy to see what it says. You're not the owner, you're a beneficiary on that policy. Some companies, you have to die on the job in order for that benefit to pay out. Check your policy. Again, you cannot take it with you, which means that they're unreliable, right? They're not considered life insurance. The second type of insurance that we are familiar with is term insurance. Yes, I know my late night TV viewers, you see a lot of the influencers talking about it. Yeah, $9.99, you can get to $1 million. It's a lie. Okay? It is not true. You cannot get $1 million for $9.99. Right? So, and here's the other thing you have to ask yourself. Aren't you always praying? We always pray, God, give me long life. Let me live until 100, let me live until, the age of Abraham, Moses, and 121 and up. So, and why are you buying a term insurance that says you're going to die in 10, 15, 20, 30 years? Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense. We're praying on one side, give me long life, and the other, we're buying term insurance. Which one you want God to answer for you? The one to give you long life, or the one that, hey, I want to die within 30 years so that my insurance will pay out? Because guess what? Those term policies, they only pay 2% of the time. So they rarely pay. Look it up. Because that's public record. Look it up. They only pay 2% of the time. Reason being, it's term. Most people are outliving those policies. By the time you go to renew it, it's not an automatic renewal. You're going to go to medical, to underwriting, and if you have any medical issues, guess what? You may not be able to get it. Or if you do, it will be so expensive, you can't get it. Because I have a personal experience. One of my family members had a 30-year term with the common insurance company who's offering those 30-year terms. Right? She had it. When she turned 70, they sent her a notification that your policy has to renew and it will be $200 something. At 72, who has $200 something to put on a policy, which at that time she had heart problem, diabetes, she wouldn't qualify, right? So that's your term. Stop praying for long life, yet you're putting a term insurance on your life. Okay, and term insurance with no living benefits, that needs to stop. If you're praying for long life, you need to have a whole life policy, right? So the third type of insurance is whole life, right? Whole life is typically good up to 100 years. You build some cash, it's a little bit more expensive than term, right? But you have the coverage till 100. You don't have to renew. Right. A lot of people favor whole life because he has cash accumulation. But if you have a whole life, this is what I need you to do. Do some homework. Call the whole life company or even pull your statement. What has been the average interest you've been getting? Right? The max is 6%, and that depends on dividends. If the company is not doing well, there is no dividend to pay you. Hence why most whole life insurance only pay about 4% interest. Yes, you accumulate cash, but guess what? If you take the cash out, you have to pay it back. Otherwise, you would be depleting your policy. And it's a level death benefit. Most people don't know. So you have cash built in, but upon death, guess what? The cash goes back to the insurance companies, and your family only get the death benefit. It's a level death benefit. You don't get your cash and your death benefit added. Some people favor them because of the cash. They're able to use it, but would you like to have 4% interest? Or would you like to have 7%, 8%, 10%, 15% interest on your money, right? So whole life, it's permanent. I'm able to issue whole life as a final expense. The person just needs something for the entire period up to 100 to last them. They don't have to renew. They're not worrying about cash, because when you do have that cash and you take it out, if you take a loan, guess what? The interest they're charging you is 4 to 6%. So do the math. You're not getting 6%, but when you get the loan from your whole life, you are being charged 4 to 6%, and you have to put it back because you'll be depleting your death benefit if you don't put it back, right? So the term has its place. Yes, I encourage every parent who has kids 18 and up, right? Get some insurance on your kids, because there is no guarantee that they're going to live a long life. It's unfortunate. We die from sickness, we die from accidents. Parents, you can insure your kids for less than a cheeseburger a day. So just to give you guys real concepts, real numbers, I just helped someone protect their kids, 26 years old, female, $300,000, paying $19 a month. Yes, she's not looking to get permanent insurance, but she can get term. You can get term, right? And when the kids are in a financial situation where they can take over, guess what? We can convert that term into a permanent plan. Other companies, you can't, because they only sell term. So with Transamerica, if you get a term insurance, let's say that you need a term, you're not where you need to be financially, guess what? You can convert that without going through medical. And our term comes with living benefits. Some company will say, okay, we have living benefits. They have terminal illness, and your diagnosis needs to be you dying 6 months or less. Okay. Our living benefits include critical, chronic, and terminal illness. Critical, if you get a diagnosis of cancer, stroke, blindness from diabetes, you have a major organ transplant, that's a critical care, right? You get up to 90% of your death benefit. Chronic, if you're unable to do 2 of your daily of activity living, if you cannot bathe, cannot dress, cannot transfer, cannot toilet, incontinence, right? Eating by yourself, guess what? You can use your insurance, your living benefits. That's true living benefits. Terminal, if a physician says you have 12 months or less to live, guess what? The insurance company pays you up to 100% of your death benefit. Hey, if you need to see it in writing, DM me and I will send you those policies, those descriptions in writing. I'm not just saying them in my mouth, in words, but we have them in writing and they are supported. Transamerica has the best term with living benefits. And guess what? I didn't personally know that. I know I work for them, they are the best. But guess what? I sat down with someone who was in Primerica for 19 years. He was with Primerica for 19 years, and he told me he wished he knew of Transamerica, term with living benefits. He was young. He could have gotten it until his finances got better, didn't get permanent. Guys, insurance is no longer what you know of, okay, or what you've been told by mainstream media. You can get better coverage. You can get better insurance. It is there for you. Yes, you have to qualify. You have to have decent health. You don't have to have perfect health, right? So I have clients who've been diagnosed with diabetes, with high blood pressure. They are able to qualify. Yes, you get charged a little bit more for the premium because the companies are taking a risk on you. They don't need your money. You are a liability. When I sit down with someone, sometimes people think they do me a favor by getting a policy for me. No, I'm doing you a service. Guess what? My commission will never amount to the benefits that you get or what your family will get when you pass. So get coverage. If you can't afford a whole life, if you can't afford a permanent plan, which we call the index universal life, bank on yourself, be your own bank, you can get something that can be converted easily. You don't have to wait for the 30 years to convert it. Other companies out there don't have that. If you have a term, you have to stick to your term, right? And you get no money back. You have no living benefits. They say they have living benefits. They don't. And we have the proof. We have the paper to show it. We have it in writing. They don't. They have terminal illness, 6 months or less. That's it. That's not living benefits, right? If you simply have a diagnosis, you can leverage your policy to cover bills. It can. The number one reason for bankruptcy in America is medical bills. Just imagine you have a diagnosis of cancer. While you're going through chemo, through radiation, you cannot work. The bills don't know you're going through radiation, through chemo, but you can have someone on your side, right? Like Nationwide, that gives you living benefits that can help you cover your bills. You don't have to worry about how your bills are being paid, the kids being fed, the mortgage. So that's what living benefits are, guys. Critical, chronic, terminal illness, and long-term care. So people don't know, but there are a few states, I think as of right now, 16 states, where they are imposing a tax on their residents if you don't have long-term care. So there are companies who have been proactive. If you don't believe me, just look it up. Washington State, Texas, California, just to name a few of the 16, because I don't remember all of them on top of my head, that they require that you have long-term care. Guess what? When you get a policy with me, with Transamerica, Nationwide, Prudential, John Hancock, you are able to get a long-term care rider. Or if you just want a long-term care policy, I can sell that to you. Otherwise, there will come a time where you will be taxed if you don't have it. Again, many states are requiring their residents to have their own long-term care policies. Reason being, if you're out of work, if you get an illness and you're out of work, you're out of commission for 90 days or more, if you need rehab, that's long-term care. The state, if you don't have the money, you have to go on Medicaid, whether it's short-term Medicaid or long-term Medicaid, to cover those expenses. The state has to pick up that cost. I guess they are tired of taking care of us, right? Our tax money is running out. I guess we're not being charged enough. The states cannot support the long-term care cost. That, listen, guys, I used to work in the healthcare industry, long-term care to be specific, 23 years in long-term care. And I've worked for multiple states. Let me tell you, the state cough out a lot of money for people in the nursing home. The average cost in a nursing home right now is from anywhere from 80 to 100K per month. On an average, the states were coughing out anywhere from $8,000 to $9,000. So they're running out of money. They cannot support your long-term care needs anymore. They want you to get your own long-term care. So again, that's what I do as a financial professional. I am licensed and able to help in all 50 states. Again, guys, insurance is no longer, okay, I have it. When I pass, my family gets the money, right? And what's wrong with that? Even if that was the case, you have to think of your final expenses, your estate. Most people, when you ask them if they have an estate, they say no, they don't, but your estate is your unpaid bills. Because guess what? If you don't have insurance, right, even if you have money in the bank, depends on how it's set up, your bank account will be frozen, your asset will be frozen. So there are some GoFundMe that happens. It's not because they don't have money, but for lack of knowledge, they don't have a will, they don't have a trust in place, they don't have insurance, right? Families can't access their banks. They have to do GoFundMe, right? But when you have insurance, it goes straight to your family members, to your beneficiaries, tax-free. Life insurance is the only income that is yet to be taxed. And somebody had asked, do you think they may change it? Hey, that has been going on since 1913. I don't think the elites will allow that tax code to be changed. It's a tax code that allows you to get life insurance income tax-free. Okay? So again, think, if you don't wake up tomorrow, what is going to be the impact on your family? If you go out there and you don't come back home, you have kids, how are they going to survive? Will they have to sell the house or lose the house, better yet, right? College planning for your kids. What strategies are you leveraging to ensure that they don't have to take loans, right? And guess what? Those are all tax-free. You don't have to report them to IRS. You can have a saving college plan for your kids, and you don't have to report it. You don't get taxed on it. Life insurance is to transfer risk. You can leverage it if you get sick, right? Critical, chronic, terminal illness. You don't have to die to leverage your life insurance. Avoid GoFundMe by having a life insurance plan in place so that your family don't have to be begging. You don't have to be a statistic. Stop being statistic, which you can avoid. Avoid falling into the trap of having your family doing GoFundMe for you. Kids 2 weeks old, you can insure them. 2 weeks old, 15 days, you can put an insurance on your kids. That doesn't mean that they are dying. That's the savings that they can use for everything in life. If your kids don't want to go to college, they can use it for first car, first home, businesses, whatever, right? Tax-free money that you can leverage. How about leaving a memory, leaving a legacy? I know some people say, hey, I'm here, I'm dead, who cares? I'm not here anymore. That is so selfish and irresponsible for anyone to be thinking like that. You came here for a purpose. Live your purpose, live this place better than you found it. And one way of doing that is leaving a legacy. Memories, guess what? If you don't leave anything, it'll be hard for them to remember you. But if you have a legacy, if you have a trust, the Noel's trust, Daniella's trust. Guess what? My kids will remember me. The informed, the elite, they are planning for 3 generations. How about us, black and brown? We're only living for today. We're not even thinking about our kids. It's about time that we change this mindset in our community. Let's leave our community better than we found it. Again, the informed, the elites, they are planning for 3 generations down. What are you planning for? What will be your legacy? What will you be remembered for? Guess what? Life insurance is one of the easiest ways to be remembered. Leave a legacy, not only for your kids, kids. If you don't have kids, you can leave it for your nephew, you can leave it for your nieces, for your sister, for whoever. You can leave it for your community. You can have a trust and it goes to a charity, right? It doesn't have to be a person. It can be an entity. Again, it is so cost effective. I give you guys quote, 26-year-old, $300,000, right? Term with living benefits, $19. The son is 29, $300,000. Term with living benefits, meaning that if they get sick, stroke, cancer, blindness from diabetes, heart attack, they can leverage the policy. The 29-year-old male paying $21. Please tell me you can't afford that. Why should your parents have to do GoFundMe for you? If you are working, even if you are making minimum wage, you can get a policy for $20. Those of you I'm talking to who have kids, some of you have 2, 3 kids and you have no insurance on you, right? I am not against name brand. I am not against the $300, $400 weaves, but you can use that to set up a plan on you in case you die, because people are dying every day at all ages. You too can have life insurance so that you don't leave your parents, right, doing GoFundMe if you should pass and you're leaving kids behind. There are a lot of young kids with kids. You can secure a life insurance on you, for you, so that you leave something for your kids. Hey, I hope that, the message, I'm the messenger. I hope that you're taking the message serious. If you don't have anything, if you should pass away tomorrow and you know that your family is going to be struggling, get with me. See if you can qualify. Listen, life insurance, you're not doing the insurance company a favor by giving them your money. No, you can never pay the benefits that you would get from the insurance company, whether it's through the living benefits or the death benefit. It will never amount. You can never pay up to your death benefit. So you're not doing the insurance company a favor. So take heed to the message. Get with someone. Get with me. DM me. Right? My number is 352-809-9037. Call me and see how you too can get a plan in place, put a plan in place, so that if you should pass tomorrow, that your family will not be a statistic begging GoFundMe. If you are able, you need to get coverage, and it is affordable. Going through drive-through Chick-fil-A, for me and my grandson, it's like $30-something. A meal is salad for me and a meal for him. Guess what? Mines are protected. Protect yours. Yes, all my 3 grandkids are protected. My kids are protected. I am protected. So that I do not want my family, I'm not here this suffering, and they have to go to the suffering of begging to put me to rest. How can you rest when your family has to do fish fries, t-shirt sale to put you to rest? How can you? So reach out to me so that we can see how we can get you a plan, get you protected. I guarantee you I will find you something, even if it's a final expense. because I have the ability, I have the platform to do it. I can help from 2 weeks old to 89 years old. Get those plans in place. Avoid probate, because guess what? When you have a life insurance policy, it goes straight to your family. It doesn't go to probate. Your family don't pay taxes on those things. Everything else, your family gonna have to pay tax. Your savings account, they gonna have to pay tax. They have to pay death tax. They have to pay taxes. So avoid paying taxes. Get your life insurance that goes to your family straight, no taxes, right? You get a debt free. Make your family debt free upon your death. Don't be a bill to your family. Be a will, so that they remember you. I know my kids' gonna remember me because I have built my legacy. I am leaving them something. That was the message I have for you today. I hope that the message resonated with someone today. I know that we don't like to talk about it, but we need to. Because guess what? As much as we say we don't serve everybody, everybody needs to have insurance, because you're at risk of getting sick, you're at risk of dying. So get covered, plan, have the proper plan in place so that your family can properly mourn, right? So that's all I had for you guys today. I thank you. Please reach out to me, DM me if you have any questions. And, if you have doubts how the insurance companies work, will they pay? I will show you statistics. I will show you in print how the insurance company will deliver your death benefit when you pass, which is why I only work with A-rated companies. Also, know who your insurance companies are. If you've never heard of them, if when you put them on top 25 insurance companies in the nation, they don't pop up, don't buy from them. Call me and I will make sure that you get only A-rated insurance company. This is Daniella, your trusted advisor, your financial professional broker. I am here to serve you, here to help you build that wealth, live that legacy. Until next time, thank you.